All right, guys. Um, I just want to make sure that this is going to be on the first part of the recorded session because sometimes YouTube cuts off the first 10 seconds. But welcome to the show. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be reviewing the Browns and the Steelers. Well, I know that was almost a week ago, but this show that I'm doing has been planned for about 3 weeks, and I wanted to do it the right way, and I'm going to still have to do it live. So I want to get this out there, and I'm going to turn around and do a preview to the New Orleans game. So what this is a fan talking to other fans, and I want all the fans to comment below and tell me what you think about my opinion. Tell me your opinion. And this is a fan podcast. I am not professional. I am not looking to be professional. This is something that is a fan talking to other fans, and let's see if we see the same thing. So what we're talking about today is the Cleveland Browns versus the Steelers, and what my first opinion about it is. My first opinion is I think the defense is ahead of the game. Okay, I know that they let a lot of yards. They let 335 yards from Roethlisberger, but I think that we got to look deeper into that, okay? We got to look deeper into what was going on that defensive line. Ward had a couple picks, but the coverage offside of Ward, the coverage was tight even on some of the passes that he did complete. Over the middle was kind of soft. That little 5-yard dinker was kind of soft. That was kind of opened up for him a little bit. But even though Brown had almost 100 yards receiving, I still say that we contained him. And people are saying that Ward went ahead and played the player, not the ball, on that touchdown. But I still say that was really tight coverage, a really good toss by Ben, and a really good catch by Brown. It's going to happen. It's just going to happen. I mean, it's a rookie guarding a Pro Bowler, and you guys are all over him about one touchdown. The guy had 2 picks. So, but overall, I seen that the defense was ahead of the game. The offense sputtered. Now, I expected the passing game to be off. In that downpour, I expected it. I didn't think that they were going to try 40-plus throws. I think they did 39 to 41, if I remember correctly. But I didn't expect them to do that much. I thought with the 3-headed horse of our running back crew, we were going to just pound the rock and just keep pounding it. And Chubb had some really nice runs in there. I don't understand why we didn't use Chubb a little bit more. I know that we fell behind by 14 points. But that one drive that we went down and scored a touchdown, we did run all over them. But still, I liked how Chubb ran. Chubb had 3 carries for 21 yards. It was pretty solid runs each time. I honestly don't know why he only got 3 carries. I think he had the hot hand because when you look at Hyde, he had the 22 carries for 62 yards. That's not going to be good enough for the AFC North. It's just not. Now, I do think that a lot of the positive from the offense got taken back from the offensive line play. The offensive line play was a little off. We had some really, really key penalties when we didn't need them. The drive killers happened. We had a lot of penalties on defense. I know that one, the referee said, hey, we messed up on the roughing the passer, but we'll get past that because I'm doing this review a little bit after the fact. The offense needs to work on some things, but in a sloppy game, it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. The play from Tyrod was actually better than his stats say. It's 15 for 40. He did have some throwaways. Now, he did underthrow and overthrow. He did underthrow a lot more than he overthrew. But I'm going to chalk it up to the rain. I am going to chalk it up to the rain. I think the ball was coming out of his hands a little weird, and he never got that down. But still, in the rain, he only had 1 INT. He did have 2, but the one got called back. I forget what the penalty was. But I think Tyrod, there's some people calling for his head. They're calling for Tyrod, get Baker Mayfield in there. Guys, we know what that's going to do. We've already thrown rookies in. We've thrown rookies in, and they die. And then we're calling for the next guy. And then we're going to go back to Tyrod. We should never went. Quit flip-flopping. Let Baker sit on the bench. We're not going to the Super Bowl this year. And if we do, awesome. but I don't think we're a team that's going to compete for the Super Bowl. Let's be realistic. So this year, what I think they should do is we got a lot of keys on that offense. We got a key pieces. I think we should really focus on offensive line on the next season. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, we're already talking about next season. I honestly think this team's good enough to win 6 to 8 games this year. I honestly do. They took it to the Steelers. They took it to them. 21-21 tie. We should not have come down to a tie with the 6 turnovers. But still, it's a 21-21 tie with the Steelers, the powerhouse of the AFC North. They're the team to beat. We took it to them. We put a scare into them. We took it and said, Big Ben, guess what? We intercepted you 3 times. We got this dude over here that's gotten to you like 4 times, sacked you twice. So he's starting to seed. We're putting that into him. So he's going to know this is going to be a setup. And I truly believe that defensive line played an amazing game. I do know that Connor took off. I think that's his name. Let me look. Yeah, Connor really took off on the rushing game, though. He had 31 carries for 135 yards. I really handed it to him, 2 touchdowns. People are like the defensive line. I honestly think that it wasn't just our defensive line's fault. The linebackers sometimes miss some stuff. But overall, I'm going to say that the defensive line getting to the quarterback did an excellent job. That part was excellent. Now, we do have a lot of speed. And what you're going to see with speed is the running back's going to get his yards. They do. Because that defensive end's going to take that step by, and that's why they start handing it off. They're going to, blow by, and the running back's going to be in that secondary. But as soon as our defensive ends start seeing that, we seen it. We seen it in the Steeler game that he would catch up and be caught from behind by our defensive ends. So where do I think personally that we have losses? Now I do think Tyrod Taylor can play better. I am going to chalk it up to the rain. He can play better, but he's not going to be that Pro Bowl quarterback that's going to get you 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns. He's going to be that guy who's going to get you 3,500 yards. He's going to get you 20 touchdowns, maybe 18 touchdowns, but he's only going to throw 6 picks. He's going to protect the ball. He's almost a game manager, but he can take off and run, which he shows. He's our leading rusher. But I do like one thing, and that was what Laundry did. Laundry brought an attitude to that offense. And I really, really do think he hit over 100 yards. He had 7 receptions. I like what he did. He did have that drop, though. That drop, that a lot of people missed that drop. And not many people are talking about it. That drop, and he was upset with himself. But Laundry really, really, really has taken this offense and kind of put it on his shoulders right now. Gordon's 1 touchdown, I liked it. It was a great thrown ball. He jumped up after it. That's what we need him to do. That big body, jump up and to get the jump balls, I really do see great things from Gordon. And Gordon and Landry's going to really, really push Gordon over that edge. I think he's going to be better than he was when he had the 1,600-yard season. Now, is he going to have over 1,600 yards? I don't think so. I just think he's going to be a better player. This year's not going to be an 1,800-yard season for Gordon. But I do believe going through this year, if he re-signs and everything goes good, him and Baker Mayfield and Landry can really tear up this passing offense. I think Baker Mayfield has a stronger arm and get the ball down there for Gordon, a Gordon-type player. Tyrod's ball seems to float a little bit. I didn't like that, but again, it was the rain. I didn't watch him when he played with the Bills. Higgins had a big catch at a big time. That was a huge catch, and a lot of people saying, well, he wasn't targeted. I get that, but he made a big catch at a big moment of the game. That was huge. Let's see. What other big thing that I see? Like I said, our defensive line. I don't care what anyone says. I know they gave up some rushing yards, but our defensive line is awesome. Garrett, the real deal, he feasted. That's what he did. He feasted. Would I like him to how can I put it? I don't. He doesn't really have any weaknesses. His strengths are his weakness because sometimes he overshoots. If you looked at some of them counter runs, he was behind them, and that's just part of being that powerful. And I mean, he's pushing that offensive lineman is trying to push him back, and he's just bowling over him. What other one? Avery really played a really good game. And I think Peppers had a decent game, and Randall had a decent game, of course. I like Randall back there. Ward looks like the real deal. He was up against Brown. He was on. He played all over the field a little bit. I honestly do believe that Ward is going to be better than Hayden. As everyone knows, at the end of Hayden's time here, he was getting beat deep, and that's why I can't believe we didn't take him deep a few times. But it was raining like before. So overall, I'm going to give the Browns, I'm going to rate the Browns play from 1 to 5 every week. Okay. And that's how I'm going to rate them. And I honestly give them a 3.5, like a 3.5 on this game. Their defense is playing great. And I know someone's going to say, but they allowed 135 yards. And the defense gave every opportunity to the offense to win the game. That's all you can ask. So anyone that says, oh, but Big Ben got 335 yards, doesn't matter. They still put us in position to win the game many times. Connor got 135 yards. It doesn't matter to me. The defense put us in a position to win the game many times. They kept handing the ball to the offense, saying, here, score some points, score some points, score some points for us here. So I really like where the defense is going. I see an attitude that I've not seen since the Browns have been back. And the special teams, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I didn't even really watch the special teams in detail. I didn't watch it, and I really feel bad about it. Gonzalez had that one blocked. I'm not a fan of Gonzalez 100%. Like, would I trust him with a game on the line at a 50-yard field goal? I mean, you have to. He's our kicker. I think he has some growing to do. His balls are low. I've seen it a lot. His balls are low, and that's why I think it got blocked. But it was in the rain again, so I'm going to look at him again in the next few weeks. We'll see how he's kicking. Let's see. The kickoff returns, Callaway had 1 for 8 yards. Carey had 1 for 14 yards, and Peppers had 1 for 24 yards. I don't think we've seen anything there. All of them 24 yards, a decent return for a kick. Punt returns, he had 1 return for 15. I'm going to chalk the special teams return yards being it was raining. If you look at the punt returns for Pittsburgh, it was Switzer had 5 for 11 average, and a kickoff returns was 3 for 23 average. So Switzer was the only one returning for Pittsburgh. So I kind of wish that we would let Peppers kind of have that, or maybe Callaway have that return. But again, it was raining, so we didn't get to see them remarkable returns. So like I said, I give them like a 3.5 on this day. It was a tie. I can't give a 4 for a tie. Their offense has a long way to go. I honestly think that we should be focusing more on the run, especially during the rain. I just do. I think we should focus more on the run. Even in the first half, we were pass. I think our first 10 plays were all passes. I don't get that when you got a 3-headed monster with Johnson and Chubb and Hyde. I mean, you can always have a guy fresh in there. So I know this review was kind of quick. I don't know what else to do with it at this very moment because it's all been reviewed. It's all been talked about. But I truly do believe that Tyrod is our quarterback right now. I think he's going to be better than what we've seen in the rain. Cleveland Browns fan. I am a Browns fan. I'm probably one of the biggest Browns fans you're ever going to meet. I honestly believe we need to stick with Tyrod. Tyrod is a great influence for Baker Mayfield. He's a leader. He's going to teach Baker about the pros, and it's going to set us up right for the future. We got to stop trying to let's flip a quarterback. Let's flip a quarterback. We've done that. I mean, in Gordon's big year, we had what, 4 or 5 people passing to him. Come on now, we got to stop this flip flop. We have to. I think Tyrod Taylor is a great addition to this team. I know 15 of 40 is bad, but this is the second time in his career that he's thrown that bad. So even though he threw that bad, he only had 1 turnover. Well, he had 2. He had that fumble. It wasn't a turnover, but he had that fumble. I forget what offensive lineman fell on it. But, I mean, would you rather have the Ben Roethlisberger with 3 interceptions? I mean, we'd be calling for his head. I mean, even at 23 and 41 for 335, 1 TD, and 3 interceptions, we'd probably be calling for his head. Turnover king, right? So I say we made a statement for the Cleveland Browns. They made a statement saying, hey, we're here. We're not the same old Browns. You're going to have to come and play. We're going to come at you too. No matter what, at the end of the day, we went steadfast even with the Steelers. It's not a win. I get it. We want wins. But we went steadfast with the Steelers, and the Steelers know we're there now. I guarantee they know we're there. So this defense is real, guys. I honestly think we're going to be a top 10 defense. I honestly do. Give this defensive line credit. I mean, I think they manhandled the Steelers' offensive line when it came to pass protection. Run, they got some room, but that linebacker's got to help cover that. Get me only the guy for front 4 stopping the run every time, but I honestly think this defensive line is something special. I'm glad we didn't get Khalil Mack. I know he's tearing it up over there, but I think it would be different here. I honestly do. The scheme would be different. He wouldn't be, it'd be him and, gosh dang it, I'm having a brain fart now. It'd be him and Garrett. But I think Garrett has a really good rapport with the defensive line right now, and we don't need anything messing that up. They looked really good. I think we're going to see a true outing against the New Orleans, which we're going to talk about on the next video. So, guys, just to let it come out of this, I'm going to tell you guys I'm going to be recording the rest of my videos other than the next preview for the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to be having an intro song, all that other stuff. I got to get a mic yet and stuff like that. I got to get this podcast going. I kind of want to get some interviews going, and I want, if you guys are interested in coming on and telling your opinion, this is a fan-based show. So even if you don't agree with me, I don't care. Post it below and let's talk about it. All right, guys, I'm going to go and talk to you later.